Hey, just finished watching. I seem to be doing a lot of videos today, but just saw a clip of the Richard Eskow show. Don't ask me to spell out Eskow. Can't remember. I can't remember. Um, but it's a channel that I subscribe to on YouTube, and it's the R.J. Eskow show. He's an interesting gentleman. He is very insightful, intelligent, and and completely sane. But he just did a video, and that was yesterday. And this is he was talking about during the New Year, during New Year's. Well, maybe not one day ago because New Year's was. But anyways, it took place during New Year's, and the Department of Defense put out a video, which started out with the ball dropping in New York, and basically it was rampant militarism, and it seemed strongly to allude about using thermonuclear weapons, uh, and promoting stealth bombers and all that other stuff, and as we all know, that is from Lockheed Martin. And Lockheed Martin is a horrible corporation. It is a criminal organization, as far as I'm concerned, due to its uh, rampant promotion of wars and militarism, both domestically and internationally. They have done massive levels of fraud and scams, promoting such things as the F-35, which is an absolute travesty. But this promotion uh, through the Department of Defense to basically say, "Hey, yeah, let's bomb us into a nuclear oblivion." Apparently, enough people got on them to basically the Department of Defense that got on them and say, "Hey, this is unacceptable," and it is unacceptable because it's just utter insanity. And this is why I keep saying uh, the level of insanity is beyond criminal. It is genocidal. It is homicidal. It is uh, evil incarnate. And so this is not. And the thing that the corporate media, which is a foundation of the criminals, because the criminals own the corporate media. The fact that they are not putting it front and center in front of the media to say, "Holy crap! Do you? This is criminal. This is outrageous." If they're not putting this front and center, that putting out such things is just lunacy. And this should be the most frightening thing, because this is part of fascism. Fascism is the takeover by corporate interests, by those who are the stakeholders, working in conjunction with government. That is fascism. It's money, it's influence, because the influence, money, is the corporations and the stakeholders in the corporations meaning meaning those who are the shareholders, the ones that hold the majority stakes, and the corporation. So there's the money aspect. And then the second part is the government. So that would be the influence. And the media, that's the influence. This put together makes fascism. When politicians who are criminals are playing political games with the law, life and liberty, makes them criminals. With the policies and the legislations that they push and pass, knowing that the polls and the sentiment of the plural majority is exactly the reverse and completely contrary, thereby going against common interest, common natural law, makes them the criminals. I knew the level of insanity. It was grossly and criminally negligent. No, not negligent. Grossly and criminally insane. This should be a concern because we're talking about the Department of Defense, the DoD, promoting nuclear holocaust, and that should be unacceptable to all of us, because whether you know it or not, the nuclear weapon use of thermonuclear weapons is a crime, is a criminal action, just as use of the first nuclear bombs was a criminal action. Because no matter where it's used on the planet, it will come and it will linger for generations after generations, if not bring our extinction. And thermonuclear bombs makes what we used, well, no, not we, what the criminals in government used in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, Japan, make them look like firecrackers. So let's understand this. This is why I keep talking about it. This is why I keep saying that we must use force. And if you understand, because you've watched my videos, what I mean by force, we must be forceful. We must get the point across. And there are ways to do it without going to the physical realms. But that means that we have to collectively be behind the tactics used, such as divesting all. Don't give your taxes, don't pay your bills, don't go to work, don't drive your vehicles, don't do anything. Bring the country to a standstill. Help each other locally to withstand this. So, solve the problems locally and bring it nationwide so that the corporate criminals will get the point. And when the corporate criminals get the point, the political criminals get the point. We must also use similar levers to say to our political criminals, we want you to resign. We want you to place yourself under arrest and go to jail and pay for your crimes against the country. And the country are the people. That is what we need to do. Otherwise, we face extinction generated by the corporate criminals with the help of the political criminals that cause climate genocide and eco genocide, in keeping us ignorant through the media, not telling us about the issues and giving us the full context, historical and otherwise, by wording it in such a way as to confuse and muddy the situation. That is why I keep talking. That is why I talk about force. That is why I say we must take pages from the right wingers and we must instill fear. Because that is the only thing that will motivate these top tier criminals, these world class criminals, to fear the people. And people make the country. And as I state before, it is not the infrastructure. It is not the businesses. It is not our military. It's not our Air Force. It's the people. We have to stop spending our literal lives going to war to give more influence, power, and money to these criminals. We have to stop making excuses and arguments and buying the excuses and arguments. We have to start thinking critically, because I am not willing to allow my fellow Americans to go and become murderers and be killers and be killed for the criminals to make out outrageously. Every life matters to me. And I am a true patriot because I count the cost. The real cost. The true cost. The most precious cost. And that is humans. My fellow country citizens and all those who are humans and all that lives on the planet, because the ecosystem is one and the same in survivability, in prosperity, in life,